New Jersey Devil was released this year in 2026. It's written and directed by Ryan Callaway, with a cast including Olivia Mignone, I apologise if I've mispronounced that, Veronika Babina, Sasha Pearson, Clementine, Benstock, and various others. And it sounded really interesting. And there are some good aspects that I will praise, but it feels really underdeveloped. For the bulk of the film, what happens is believable enough, but nothing really happens. And then right towards the end, and I won't spoil it by saying what happens, but right towards the end, things actually start to develop and they start to pick up and it starts to get a little bit eerie and a little bit intense. So if they just carried on from that point, obviously not wrapping things up quite as much, but if that had carried on a little bit longer, it would have been a stronger experience. So it could have worked, but it doesn't quite meet its potential. It's about a teenager who is being adopted, and in theory, strange things begin to happen, and people are hearing strange noises. But as I said, for the bulk of the film, nothing really happens. It's a good idea, but the narrative basically doesn't move forward. There's not really a lot of character development. We do have some believable interactions between the characters, but that's not enough to save the film. Some of the performances are fine, they're quite good. Some of them are not that great. They're watchable, but they're not brilliant. The technical aspects are satisfying. We have good camera work. The lighting is really good. Absolutely no problems there. And as I said, when it does eventually become a little intense, a little suspenseful, it does have quite a nice atmosphere. I think they did a good job of painting that atmosphere very effectively. So if they just did more of that, or if they did more of that earlier on, I know you need to build suspense and build up to that, but if they'd started to tease that a little bit more and building up and up to that, it would have been a much stronger experience. It could be good as background company, as there's nothing that's really annoying in this, and visually it is very satisfying to look at. So if you're looking for a film that's not going to require that much concentration, but you just need background company, it's not annoying, so it could be good for that. But I do feel like the story, while it had a lot of potential, it wasn't very well written. The pacing is not very good. Again, the characters had potential, but there's not a great amount of development there. Some good interactions between the characters, some good bits of dialogue, and eventually the atmosphere was quite satisfying, but it needs a lot of work to be a great film. Do I recommend it? Maybe as background company, but New Jersey Devil didn't quite meet its potential.